I'm going to speak today on the transmission of the great masters, on the principle of telepathic reception to masters and guides, to rishis such as myself. We are always radiating the timeless omnipresence. And within that wholeness of supreme light is every nuance of reality throughout creation, throughout each cosmic day and night, and all cosmic days and all cosmic nights. That absolute existence is a transmission that you are receiving. I am creating nothing new under the stars, I assure you, that I can give you. And yet it is that timeless transmission that will find its way into your cracks, into your fissures, into your wounds, into your forgetting, into your arrogance. That is the beauty of telepathic transmission, dear ones. And so we are entering a time on our planet, a time that could be considered as a time of crisis, turmoil, upheaval, where right side up is upside down, where left is right and right is left. Do you understand? But there almost seems to be a reversal, a flip and of what is real, and everyone is searching. And nothing seems to be real anymore. And the beauty of this is that everyone is being humbled, whether they admit it or not. And it is for this reason that our broadcasts are more potent than ever. And you will receive what has long been called divine impression. In a moment of quietude, perhaps, in a deep meditation where your alignment and your willingness to connect with the divine is very powerfully intended. Or perhaps when you're just waking in the morning, you're not quite lucid, and the astral planes of your own mental function are still quiet. Of sacred knowledge, the very understandings, the specific wisdom or teaching that you need for this precise point in your life. It comes through the ethers, dear ones, because the ethers are fertile. They are fertile. They are full. They are sublimely radiant with the broadcast of all the great masters throughout time and beyond time, who've been your elders, who've watched over the human family, who've watched over the soul of every tiny baby that has ever been born, and every elder who has ever come to their moment of passing at the time of death. And so we are also present whenever you reach those moments of ego death, when you're finally ready to stop controlling with the lower self, and you begin to reach for something that is unknown, and yet immerse in it, you realize it has always been known to you. It's always been known to you. So as I offer divine transmission, as I rally your awareness, as I call forth for your attention, as I call forth for your learning, our transmission to each of you is constant. It is unceasing. We wield the rays of consciousness, dear ones. And within that spectrum of light, that infinite spectrum of all light, all questions are answered. Every need for guidance is given, is forthcoming. And so it is important that you understand that as you open the listening of the heart, the intuition of the soul, you make yourself available. You tune in to that wondrous wavelength through which masters, guides, and angels reach through the ethers to guide you specifically with what that moment of truth might be for you personally, for precisely what that realization, that epiphany, that explosion, that nova of truth might be that furthers you on your path of awakening. Adhere to the spiritual hierarchy, dear ones. Be devotional with your guides and your teachers and your masters and your gurus. We are everywhere fertile and laden upon the ethers. I too am one with the great masters, a Rishi of long and enduring solar standing for this solar system. I sit upon the lodges, and I have myself scribed the sacred knowledge of the solar discs of the divine doctrine of divine manifestation. And what does this mean? For those of you who are treading the path for the very first time, or so it may seem that way, when actually you've tread the path many lifetimes, undoubtedly. Or for those of you who are already wearing the robe of Arhat. And if I begin to speak of the solar doctrine of divine manifestation, there is something that awakens inside of you and you lean forward. Solar doctrine? What does that mean? What is that light? I am eager. I am ready. Show me the way, O Rishi. And so it is that telepathy, dear one, reaches wherever it is that you are in readiness. And so maybe it is the illumined mind that hungers for sacred knowledge that is in readiness. And maybe it is a trauma, a wound that is in readiness to receive light, to receive love, to receive healing. Do you see? Divine transmission is how we reach you. So whether we call this divine broadcasting, divine impression, divine telepathy, matters not. What matters is your openness, your mindfulness to attune, to be receptive, your wisdom to set aside your sacred space each and every day. It is then that we can reach you. And our outpouring will satisfy all the questions, all the needs, all the longing. Divine impression, divine telepathy. It is like cultivating the garden of your soul. Be the cultivator, and we will be there. For we always stand beside you. We always stand behind you. We always are bringing our overlighting into your life unceasingly. Yet it is through your awareness that you truly receive it. And so taking a moment now, oh dear ones, Beloveds of the sacred path, receive. Receive.